A couple of the professors had spoken to me about it, and I applied just like everybody else did to the program, and I got accepted.
When I started, hardly anybody knew what a GPSI intern was. I talked to some other states, they had never even heard of it. The advisor that we had, everyone had the same advisor because it was mostly MPA students.
Not knowing a whole lot about, I guess, a master's program was kind of challenging for me because I definitely came from a different country and not knowing more about it, you know. But my friends who were already in the GPSI program really helped me, you know, in the sense, they were like, hey, I know this is Springfield, Illinois, it's capital, you know, you might be, you might want to venture out and maybe come from a private sector and go into public sector and see if it's for you. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, you know. So yeah, I made some phone calls, and, you know, it definitely sounds alluring. I mean, great scholarship, you know, and comes with your real life career exposure.
I really liked the people. I had multiple interviews with IDOT, and every person that I interviewed with, it was just an immediate click, and I knew that I could work with these people and I would enjoy working with these people.
There was only 2 people that, you know, were selected, and from what they told me, there were a lot of people that applied. They were very upfront with me and the other student, and they told us what it was going to be like and how hard it was going to be, and you know, there was no question about the concept, and there was no question about, you know, they had planned everything out ahead of time. So your life was in their hands.
The big thing that I remember is that the course that I teach, and I now do it 3 hours, 5 Fridays, was 1 hour a week for 15 weeks. We had to find a way of getting downtown for a 1 hour class.
One professor, Larry Golden, who used to get a hold of me all the time and tell me that he didn't want me to, you know, I was in this program, and he didn't want me to give him Geiger counter answers, which is, what's a Geiger counter? It counts Geigers, you know. And the first test I took in his class, he failed me. And he said, you gave me Geiger counter answers. And I said, I gave you the same answers as everybody else. And he said, you don't understand this program.
I remember specifically at this one particular Saturday, there were a few of us that went out to lunch, and as I was looking around the table, I realized that there was one person represented from each of the 2 parties, Republican and Democrat. There was someone from the House, someone from the Senate, there was someone from the agency. I was working for a lobbyist, and everyone just joking and sharing their ideas. And I remember thinking, you know, this is how I always hoped it would be, that everyone could come together and share their ideas and in a friendly camaraderie and take that experience as something good, not something competitive.
All of these interns have college degrees, and for that reason I think they're automatically taken more seriously and given more work and more responsibilities than internships during high school or during college. I think employers automatically are looking for potential hires in GPSI interns.
I think both sides of the equation benefit from that. They can see, this is something that I'm going to want to do full time, and then we get to see, is this something that we're interested in pursuing with this individual.
Employers, you know, when I first took it, you know, they you know, question you, well, what is this all about and stuff like that. But nowadays, if they see that, they recognize it, and you get a leg up.
The good thing about the GPSI program is we say government can work and government can do the things that it's set up to do. We just need good people and we need good ideas, and the GPSI program does that. It brings in people who are going through master's programs, bringing the scholastic ideas, the academic ideas, the theories, into a work setting where there are real problems. And that mesh of academic and work experience is actually, the nexus is the student.
One of my favorite aspects of the job is going out as a recruiter and talking to students and saying, well, what's your dream job? What do you want to do? And if they talk, you know, even in a remote sense about, you know, the idea of public service, this program is the first thing that I recommend.
I don't think there are a lot of programs like this in the nation that, you know, exposes you to, you know, state government in general, but at the same time, you know, helps you pay for your school as you get that.
And I think eventually this will be known nationwide as the seedbed for a great program for getting people involved in government.
They pushed you hard. They pushed you harder than anybody else to excel. And that is my most memorable experience in the program.
If you want to get your master's and you want to learn what state government is like, you're really not going to beat the GPSI program.
So it's really exciting to be part of a program that had such a small, kind of narrow focus to now this internationally recognized program.